Greetings all, this is Justinian the Great, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Today we are going to pretty much finish the game.
For the
Sam.
most part.
Yeah, for the most part. There's going to be a bonus episode, but...
Okay, partner, this is... We were on our way to the Krakkarov volcano in Russia. While looking over what little information I had on the final member of the Fiendish Five, I began to notice something. In the 4 parts of the Thievius Raccoonus recovered so far, several of the pictures depict a shadowy owl-like figure, which looks very similar to the police images of the mysterious Clockwerk. Is this a strange coincidence, or is there something I'm missing?
Sly Cooper and the gang in the cold heart of hate.
I think that was your best one so far.
Featuring Biggest Dickus.
Hey, Sly! The road to Clockwerk's fortress is blocked. Do me a favor and shoot out that lock for me, would you, pal?
I know you're not talking about yourself, unless you're talking about personality.
Check out all those mines. Think you can blow them away and clear a safe path for us?
Hated this section.
Yeah, me too. Did you hear that, by the way?
Yes, but I don't really have a rebuttal for it.
You see, I suck at comebacks. That's the one thing I suck at. Like, everybody...
Bingo! My scanners indicate that Clockwerk is holed up in that owl-shaped tower.
First things first, we've got hostile robo-falcons at 12 o'clock, Sly.
Those are little dicks right there.
Yes. I will say this. You know...
That's no tower, it's a giant death ray! Sly, take out those rocks or we're in trouble!
This is the worst part right here.
So this entire level is just garbage. Like, this is 98% of this entire level.
Heads up, the robo-falcons are back.
Surprisingly, I was able to get a lot of this done on the first attempt.
Nice.
I just beat it on Vita not too long ago, but the thing about the Vita is, like, the sticks are smaller on the Vita, so it's slightly harder to control. Like, you have to be a little bit more precise with your movement.
I like how Sly was like, you know what, I'm gonna take some ideas from an airplane and put them on a van. And yet, the whole airplane section's kind of foreshadowing to a much later system.
Yes.
Hated those creatures. They're worse than the buzzards from, oh, what is that game?
Borderlands 2.
Yeah, that one.
Nice shooting, Sly. Looks like we're in the clear.
Murray?
Are you though, Murray? Are you?
Make it all the way through! We've got to get through that security door on the far side of the cavern. The only way to unlock it is to analyze at least 60 of those hanging computers.
Would have been easy to get at them if Murray hadn't thrashed our new turret.
Yeah, won't be a problem. I can hack the computer's connection coupling so they'll fall to the ground. Then, Murray will have to run over them with the van.
Okay, and Murray, remember to use our new battering ram by hitting the square button if anyone tries to keep you from those computers.
In other words, because Murray is an idiot,
119 computers up there, and these fire slugs seem intent on getting to them before us. The first one to 60 computers wins.
in other words, because Murray is an idiot, we have to do this.
Okay, did you notice how big Murray's head was relative to the van?
Yes.
How the hell does that hippo fit in that van?
How the hell does everyone else fit in there at the same time?
I'm telling you, they jacked it. They really could have made the van bigger and no one would have cared. Or made Murray's head smaller.
Or not let him stick his head out of the window.
And yet, why the hell is his head out the window at this point anyway? It's like, here, we're getting attacked by giant fire slugs. And
Yes.
we're being attacked by a giant robotic piece of garbage. What should I do? What are you, Dora the Explorer? Shove your head out the window, you little garbage.
You notice I'm behind throughout the majority of this, yet I still somehow come back.
Freaking comeback king over here. Hardcore
Yeah.
parkour.
Yeah, I made a pretty good comeback here, but I'm not really gonna brag because there were times where I've really struggled with this level. I pretty much got lucky to beat it on the first try.
I do like the design of the fire slugs.
I do too. Also, they could have gave you a little bit more lenience here, like,
Nice driving, Murray. Now we have enough data to open the security doors. Just past them is the control room to Clockwerk's Death Ray Tower. I think it's time for some Cooper thieving and sabotage. Don't you think, Sly?
So there's 120 computers, because there were two
15
sitting right
computers.
there. What?
oh yeah.
Careful, Sly. Those tiles are booby-trapped. You better get out of there.
Hold on. That's Carmelita. She looks trapped.
Serves that cop right. She's been dogging us from the start.
It's just a misunderstanding. We've got to free her.
Are you crazy, Sly? Clockwerk probably stuck her there to trap you.
But if I don't do anything, Carmelita's doomed. Besides, stealing just won't be any fun without her.
Sly, your ridiculous raccoon logic sends shivers up my shell. But if you're determined to go through with this, that barrel will undoubtedly help, though I have no idea how you'll get up there.
Dude, a spire jump here, a rail slide there. I've done this a million times.
Leave
Okay.
her ass.
What's that?
Leave her ass.
I will say this. The difference between Sly and Bentley is Sly might actually have a little bit of a heart.
No, he just thinks with his penis.
But aren't we all guilty of doing that sometimes?
Show me a girl who thinks with her penis. What did you just do? How did you lose a horseshoe?
I stepped on the carpet with this damn thing on it.
With what thing?
The, you know the things the dart?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the, dart launchers.
Got it.
Anyway, continuing something I was saying earlier, I feel, you know, the idea of, like, comebacks and, like, you know, like, people, you know, making insults toward one another and then, you know, people always having to have a comeback. I've never really been good at comebacks. And that's sort of, like, why a lot of people have taken advantage of me in the past. Like, where they knew I didn't have a comeback, I wouldn't have a comeback, so they would just, you know, bury that in.
Again, with the barrel being in the light, and then the light seeing your head and doing nothing.
Yep, pretty much. I just wanted to complete that idea from earlier, by the way.
Yeah. So I don't think any of your viewers are probably going to know anything about it, because I don't think we mentioned that in the last video.
What's that?
The comeback thing.
I mentioned it earlier.
In the video?
In this video, yes.
Oh, I didn't know it was in the video.
Yes.
Oh, look, you made it off the carpet, therefore we don't care if you're there anymore. What great.
known you were behind this.
You got me wrong, Miss Fox. I'm here to rescue you.
You sentimental fool. Empathy has always been the downfall of the Cooper clan.
I knew this was a trap. Looks like I'm going to have to do some fast and furious hacking to shut down that gas before Sly's brain is turned to cheese.
I don't know if I mentioned was that this set of levels really does move fast.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about Clockwerk's voice. I don't feel like it fits too well.
Yeah.
security.
I think my video may have gotten a little bit behind. I just got a phone call from somebody, which kind of put me behind.
Stay sharp, Bentley.
So I'm like 3 or 4 seconds behind you.
Okay. We should be okay.
Yeah. Oh look, the first time you actually get to do any hacking.
Yes. I'm already a decent amount into that, believe it or not, on my side.
Yeah, let's see, where are you in that? You have one thing, looks like you're about to get your second.
I just got my third.
Okay, I think I can maybe skip my video ahead.
Right
Okay,
now
no.
I'm on level 3 and I still have only 3 things.
Okay, I just saw you get your 4th, so let me bring it back just a tad.
I just got my 4th.
Dang it, now I'm behind again. There we go. Okay, now I'm only a few seconds behind you.
Yeah.
Instead of...
By the way, something I should note is that, you see the red things that thing is shooting out at you?
Yes.
Well, believe it or not, I did not know this until, like, I was on my first attempt at this. This is the first thing I had to retry, but my first attempt at this, I had a full thing of health, and, I get hit by one of those things. It's instant death if you get hit by one of those.
Is that why the video restarted in your...
Yes. Yes, I just wanted to have the part with Bentley talking there.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, boomerangs are evil. You definitely don't... That was a close one from what I just saw.
Yeah, I had several close calls here. But this was my successful attempt, and yeah, I took a little damage, but who cares?
Hey,
I still was
success is
able
success.
I still was able to do it. I kind of regret not getting hit by the boomerang on my first try, because then I could say I got it on my first try and without damage.
You really want to make close calls on that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you can use the barrier on the block key to destroy the boomerang.
Break me out of this force field by smashing its base, and I'll make it up to you somehow.
First time we ever saved Carmelita. And the first time she ever works with us.
I love how she's like, "Oh wow, you're saving me. That stops all things that you've done so far."
I've hunted you for years, tried to throw you behind bars, but when you get a chance to leave me in a cage, you set me free. Why?
Carmelita, we may be on opposite sides of the law, but you're not my enemy. Now, the homicidal robotic owl that built this death ray and nearly gassed us to death, that guy's on my list.
I see your point. All right. Until Clockwerk and his evil schemes are destroyed, I suggest we work together.
Together at last. Huh, wait. I need that cane. It's been in my family for generations.
Don't worry, Ringtail. I'll cover you while you get it back. If you can, make your way to the top of the death ray. I stashed my jetpack there before Clockwerk nabbed me.
Now that we're a team at all, I hate to leave your side.
Hold on. This truce is only temporary. Once we beat Clockwerk, I'm coming after you.
Really?
Well, maybe I'll give you a 10-second head start.
I have one failed attempt at this. But notice for the rest of this playthrough, I have no horseshoe for the rest of this playthrough.
Impressive. I love how important that cane is to Sly, and he loses it every single game.
I don't recall him losing it in Sly 2.
Akla eats it, I think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Hate those damn birds.
The owls, the robotic falcons or whatever, aren't as bad here. But, by the way, every time you hit a glass thing, one of these glass things, go back because there's going to be a fire slug right on Sly's ass.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Like those control the fire slugs. At least
Yep.
you were like directly on where that one came from, though.
Yep. Don't worry about it on the last one because he grabs his cane immediately.
Nice job, Raccoon.
Listen to that love in her voice. Burn her alive.
Where's Carmelita's jetpack? Right where she said it would be. The magnetronic support field for the death ray got destroyed as you were making a run for your cane. You'd better hurry. This whole thing is about to fall apart.
I'm on it.
He left her cane on a giant bird. Or her jetpack.
Her jetpack on a giant bird, yeah. By the way, this section can get tense, but I did get it on the first attempt.
It's sinking fast. Climb, Sly, climb.
Yeah, I hated this thing. I think I died a few times just because of how the lava works. Though I do like how they play the Russian Euro beat. You're lucky on that one.
I actually found out a long time ago that you can actually jump over the thing, the electricity. Certain ones you can jump over to get a better time.
That's so jank.
Yeah, agreed, but still, you can do it.
You can't jump over this one.
No, you cannot.
I'd like to see you try that.
Don't tempt me.
Okay, what is this logic-defying thing?
What, that thing that was spinning?
Yeah, the little spinnies with electric pulses keeping them in place. That's not how that works.
I've learned to question not to question the logic of a lot of these cartoon video games.
These
By the way,
remind me of the... Oh, you're about to die.
strangely enough, I don't.
Those little things back there remind me of the little water bird that you would put the water in the cup and it would just peck at the water.
Okay, that jetpack is easy to fly. Use the left and...
I changed the controls here. Up, and up is up, where up is up and down is down.
Why is the aim behind him?
Stick to aim and steer, and press the square button to fire its rockets. Sly! Behind you!
Sly Cooper, you have escaped my gas chamber and destroyed my death ray. Remarkable. You Coopers always find a way to beat me.
Always? So that was you in the background of all those old pictures in the Thievius Raccoonus. How old are you?
Perfection has no age.
What? You're immortal?
Revenge is the prime ingredient in the fountain of youth. I've kept myself alive for hundreds of years with a steady diet of jealousy and hate, awaiting the day when I would finally eclipse your family's thieving reputation.
Sly! My missiles don't hurt him but seem to create holes in his armor. Shoot into the gaps I create!
The kid, this was a very difficult boss fight.
Yeah.
But
They don't tell you what to do either. It's just like, what do you... They don't tell you how to take him down.
that part was more or less self-explanatory to me, but I guess it could be trouble for some people.
Took me forever to realize, hey, hit the part that's surrounded in an electric force field. His voice still doesn't match right.
Nice shooting, Sly! You got him! Wow, that's one tough owl.
I don't get
His
it.
voice doesn't
You're
match.
so familiar with my family. You must have known my father had a son. If you hated the Coopers so much, why did you let me live when you stole the Thievius Raccoonus?
Because I wanted to show the world that without your precious book, the Cooper line was nothing.
Ah, well, there's where you're wrong. The Thievius Raccoonus doesn't create great thieves. It takes great thieves to create the Thievius Raccoonus.
Enough, Sly Cooper. It ends here. I will finish you like I finished your father. Then the Cooper line will be erased, and the only master thief will be Clockwerk.
This part that really tripped me up.
Cooper Raccoon.
Yeah, those even on the like, I hate this entire thing. Those were garbage. Always.
Honestly, the concept of I think the idea of shoot where her shots hit was explained by her. It just wasn't explained directly. Like, my shots put hole in his armor, so you can essentially shoot that.
Okay, when you're like 6, you don't think about that.
She basically tells you to shoot the parts that she shoots.
I never paid attention to the dialogue when I was young. I do like how his little face meter on his boss meter gets more and more beat up as he goes.
That actually happens on every boss in this game.
I have only ever noticed it on Clockwerk.
It's most noticeable on Clockwerk due to his mechanical nature. By the way, this was the part that really tripped me up about the end, because you have to do it all in one section. And like what you saw just now was my first attempt of the boss fight, and this part is essentially like my 4th attempt at this particular section.
You will never be rid of me.
It took some tricky maneuvering, but I managed to snatch that last piece of the Thievius Raccoonus from Clockwerk's claw. I had taken down each member of the Fiendish Five: Raleigh, Mugshot, Ms. Ruby, the Panda King, and finally Clockwerk. I'd beaten them all one by one and reclaimed my birthright. Of course, there was no way I could have gotten here without the help of my pals. I know this hasn't been easy for them, but they stuck with me through it all. Murray, boy, it took a lot of guts for him to get out in the field with me. I know he was scared, but he's got more heart than anyone I've ever known. And thank goodness for Bentley. Without his expertise, I'd have never found my way off that rooftop in Paris. A guy couldn't ask for a better gang of friends. Who could ever forget the lovely Carmelita? Looks like we're not going to be friends anymore. Now that Clockwerk's death ray is out of commission, we're back to playing cops and robbers. I thought for sure she was going to slap the handcuffs on me right then and there. But instead, she was true to her word and gave me that 10-second head start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2... One. I felt bad leaving her stranded on that giant rock, but I knew it wouldn't be long before we'd see each other again.
Like that.
Okay, he left her on a giant rock that was exploding.
Yeah, but the lava wouldn't reach her, so I think he thought the lava wouldn't reach her, so I don't know.
He's lucky he guessed right.
Yeah. I personally wouldn't have done that, but you know, whatever. Anyway,
Voice actors.
What's that?
And you had all your voice actors there.
Yep. I will say this. Oh, look at Hot Dog Man and man in the Sly costume.
Yeah, I don't quite get that, but alrighty.
Yeah, I don't either. But anyway, I really enjoyed playing through this game again. and I enjoyed having you with me to do this Let's Play.
I enjoyed commenting on this Let's Play of Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus.
Yeah, I enjoyed having you here, and you will be here for the bonuses too.
Sly 2 in the come of the new year.
Yep, and Sly 2, and whatever surprise Let's Play we have in store for in between, and also Sly 3. And
Sly 4, which I guess we're gonna put on my channel, because why not?
yeah, because you're doing the gameplay on that, so.
I guess we'll have to talk about how to do that when we get closer to it.
Yeah. Ooh, a little bit more foreshadowing.
Jump scare of Murray? Okay.
I hate to tell you this, Sly, but the Thievius Raccoonus isn't fully restored. You're gonna have to go back and unlock all the vaults to find the pages you're missing. There is some good news, though. A friend of mine in Japan just sent me this really cool movie. And guess what? It's all about us.
Get ready for anime Sly.
いやー危なかった。ま、カルマリータちゃんには悪いけど、今回も俺様たちの勝ちだ。このデータファイルがあれば、父ちゃんの仇が撃てる。あれはまだ俺が子供の頃だ。よく父ちゃんの膝の上で遊んでたっけ。俺様の一族は代々伝わる義族の家系。そして受け継がれた技をまとめたのがこのラクーナの秘伝書だ。その洗練を極めた忍びの技だが、そこには必ず守らなければいけない厳しい掟があった。義族たる者、名誉にかけて狙うは悪党のみ、善人からは奪わない。ところが俺様が秘伝書を受け継ぐことになった夜、突然5人のギャングがやってきた。奴らは俺を守ろうとした父ちゃんを、そしてとうとう見つけ出してしまったんだ。大切なラクーナの秘伝書を。奴らは俺様の全てを奪いやがった。きっと中に書かれた技を使って悪いことをしでかすに違いねえ。そして俺様は一人ぼっち町の孤児院に入った。だがここで素晴らしい仲間に出会ったんだ。天才発明家、頼れる相棒ベントレー、そしてマーレ。食いしん坊でちょっとドジだがまあ憎めない弟分さ。仲間と一緒に俺様は父ちゃんの仇を討ち、そして秘伝書を取り返す。クーパーの名前に恥じない義族になれるか、それとも失敗してご先祖の顔に泥を塗るのか。さあ俺様たちの運命はどっちだ。
I didn't understand the point of that, but okay.
It just exists.
Yeah, I mean, it does include some slightly different content from the original opening, and the art style is slightly different, but that's about it.
I would like a backstory as to where Clockwerk actually began. Like, what made Clockwerk hate the Coopers so much?
Yes, I agree, because honestly, there is no explanation to that. Apparently, there's revenge is involved, but what is he trying to avenge?
What, did prehistoric Cooper steal his egg? So now I'm gonna murder your entire family line because you stole my egg.
Anyway, in the next episode, you notice Bentley just mentioned that we're missing a page, missing pages of the Thievius Raccoonus. Well,
all one of them.
Yeah, well, thanks to you, Bentley, who couldn't figure out the freaking code when we got to the vault. So now we have to backtrack to one level. Not a big deal to me. So in the next episode, we are going to be backtracking to that one level. We are going to be backtracking to that one level, and we are going to be getting the last page of the Thievius Raccoonus. And we are going to be looking at some extra stuff.
Dick.
What was that?
Thanks, Bentley, you dick. Couldn't figure out how to do things. Why do we
Now,
keep you
I do
around
have-
if you can't do your job?
Now, I do have one comment to make. You know how they got Murray all scared, the whole jump scare of Murray scared?
Yes.
Like, if Murray... like, they wouldn't have done that with... Sly 2 Murray would have done that. Like, he would be like, let me at him! Okay, maybe
Yeah, Sly
not
Murray
exactly
would
like
beat
that,
the living shit out of Clockwerk. Like a future villain that we will encounter at some point next year, we're gonna beat them within inches of their life.
something like that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. There is going to be one more episode, and then we will take there is going to be the bonus episode so stay tuned for that. But after that, we are going to take a short break from Sly Cooper and come back to the series at the beginning of 2022. So this is
Happy New
Justinian
Year,
the
everybody!
Great.
Since our next Sly game will be next year, Happy New Year from Sam the Car Guy.
Yes, and Happy New Year from Justinian the Great as well, although probably the more appropriate time to say Happy New Year will probably be at the beginning of the first episode of Sly 2. But anyway, until next time, this is Justinian the Great and Sam the Car Guy signing off.
To quote Patrick Warburton, I made poopy.